Okay, so we're working this month on a theme of healing. And so we're just going to jump right on into healing through community. New concept for you, perhaps, eh? No? Yes? No comment. Okay. There are many, many studies about people who have had uncomfortable relationships with their parents, many studies where they would have you assess whether you had a warm, fuzzy, comfort, supportive relationship with mother or father, and you would grade it. And then they'd track you over time to see how your life manifested. And for most of the people, virtually 99% of the people who had a very difficult time with either parent, in later life they would create a devastating disease. And it's because they never learned how to nurture themselves. But they found that those people, even those who had the negative connotation with parenting, if they found a community that they plugged into, the community love and support almost supplanted the parental training, and they were able to actually have new ideas, new percepts, new energies. And this isn't Christ-based or church-based, this is science-based, that we need love. And we are able to shift and change our environment growing up, and doing it through community is easy. So I wanted to share just a few little things just so you can hear the recent words, the science words. When you have supportive relationships, you can learn to love oneself more. Okay? In recent studies, researchers have proven that the bond of love in family, marriage, and community delays the onset of genetic predisposition to disease for decades. It delays the onset of the genetic predisposition because you are happy. The closeness of the community reduced heart attacks dramatically. The community is like the loving parent supporting each family and individual. The rewards of community are even greater than personal satisfaction. And that is what is assessed by those that were in the study. So, belonging to a family, belonging to a community can actually help us heal, right? So, the vibration in a community feeds you. The vibration feeds you. So we all know that we're energy, and we all know that when you come to a church, we'll talk about this community for a moment, the energy is of love, it's of inspiration, it's of support, encouragement. The energy when you come in has all these uplifting qualities to it. As one person comes in and they bring their light, it helps everybody's light. And we know the law of energy. When two people start resonating together, there's a principle called synergy that's established. The synergy is the result of the energy is greater than the sum of the parts. 1 + 1 = 10. We now have created a synergistic vibration that's bigger than the 1 and 1, and that is feeding everybody. So as all of us come in with bringing our light and hopeful, even if you're coming in wanting inspiration, maybe you're not so hopeful, maybe you just want to be inspired, maybe you're just dragging yourself here because you know it's the only place you can be. The energy you're walking into, the energy of community that's being created here, automatically begins to lift and feed you. And this is not just, I'm talking about our church, but gatherings where there is a God center of love and support. So, the resonance of the soul is exponentially fed and uplifted, and it will stay with you as long as you can hold it, which is why we like coming to church every day, Patrick and I. We need that food every day. I also wanted to share what Dr. Errico says. All right. For those of you that don't know, Dr. Rocco Errico is a master in the Aramaic language. So he understands the nuances, the idioms, all of the things. So he understands what's being said. Not literal, it is, that's cool. That doesn't mean it has a temperature. We know that. But when you read it in Aramaic, you think it has a temperature. It's cool. So he takes it into the true meaning of what the people would have heard. And this is what he says. The phenomena of a church is better understood when we realize that it is a place to celebrate the truth of life. Interestingly, the word for church in Aramaic not only means a gathering place, but it also means to throw a party. It's not a place just to learn, but a place to practice and demonstrate a better order of life. A church becomes a spiritual community, a society that celebrates living. The object of a true religion is to give humanity a just and workable social order and the consciousness of a true level of beginning. So we're talking about community. Community is less about caring for one another. It's more about being love with one another. Being love with one another. We don't walk into church and go, oh my God, how are you? How are you? How are you? I want to take your inventory. I want to see what's wrong with you. I want to get into your gossip bucket. No, we walk in bringing our light. Hey, how's it going? How's it going doesn't mean what's wrong with you. You know? We're looking to share energy. We're looking for an energy exchange. And if you need to share something, please feel free. But that's not the goal. The goal is to connect. The goal is to share. So, what are we responsible for in community? I'm going to follow the order that Spirit gave it to me in, although as you can see, I want to shift the order a little bit. Okay, what are we responsible in community? Everybody ready? All right. Sorry, peeps, got to go there. 2020, completely annihilated community. 2020 created the consciousness of isolation, fear, and we were being torn down as a people globally. It's not just a government thing, it was a global experience. In 2020, March 15th, we had our Sunday service. Well, March 14th, the week before, we had our Sunday service, and we took a vote as a church. Do we stay open? Do we close? And everybody voted stay open. The next day, we were closed by the government. From March 15th to May 15th, we were not to gather. 2 months. Spirit said immediately, you're going to post something every single day. I will give you the words to say. You're going to post it on Facebook every day. Okay. You are not going to miss a Sunday service. We came in, we filmed a Sunday service, the Scruggs were here, some of you all would come in, and we filmed a service, and we put it up on Facebook. By Easter, April, Charmaine got us on live Facebook. We did not miss a lick, because Spirit said you have to stay connected. You've got to stay connected. And then they had me film little funny videos. I don't know if y'all saw them, where we talk about something goofy. 5-minute, 8-minute videos. They're still on our YouTube page if you're interested. And we would post those during the week. I would do one, Patrick, Charmaine, Adriana, Cheryl, whoever could come in and talk. We'd film them for 5 minutes and we'd post it. We had to stay connected. And Spirit said, in the first few weeks when everything was so fear-based, I was given a prayer, and God said, you're going to call every member of your church, and you're going to pray with them this prayer. Patrick and I divvied up the members, and we hit the phones. And if we couldn't reach them, we left a message. We left the prayer on their answering machine. The consciousness of staying connected was so strong during those 2 months until May 15th when the governor allowed us to gather again, was so strong. We had to be uber active. And even if no one saw what we did, they felt our heart. They felt us. They felt our energy, and they knew they could tune in if they needed to. They knew we were there. So as a church, we knew at that point how important it was. But then things kept going. It just kept going and going and going. And we were allowed to have church, but it had to be socially distanced, right? 6 feet? We're not that big. We're not that big, y'all. So it was like skeleton people coming in, it was a few people coming in. And then some people would say, Cindy, I'm so mad at you. You don't make people wear masks. It's like, I can't make people do anything. Then somebody would say, I'm so mad at you. You let people wear masks. I can't make people do anything. These are our people. They're going to do what they need to do, okay? We got to just love whoever comes here. Well, there's not enough space to distance. Well, we love whoever comes here. We're showing up and doing what we need to do. And I don't know if you remember how tense it was, but it was mighty tense. I say all this to get to the point. It was Christmas, and all the big churches were not allowed to have services. And we always do a candle lighting service. And it was like, oh, heck no. No. And I looked at Patrick and said, no, we're having service. But we're so small, and normally we pack the house. Normally we have a full, overflowing house on candle lighting Christmas Eve. And I said, Pat, we're going to do it outside. And in his loving, faithful way, he went, all right. I said, I'll rent some heaters. There's no heaters to be found, but Carrie Jones's husband had an outdoor heater. And so we rented that. Pat set the tent up, set 2 tents together, trying to make space. The Ripleys, Doug, and the boys, and Kristen, they brought a big outdoor heater. It wouldn't fit under the tent. So it's outside. It was, the day started about 50-ish. And then it dropped. And it dropped. And it wouldn't stop dropping. And it was raining. And it was so cold. And then it was icy rain. And the sound wasn't working outside. And we had about 20 or 30 people actually sat out there. They knew it was outside, sat out there with us. I told the choir, because the choir had been rehearsing, I said, you guys don't have to sing all those songs. We're singing the songs. We're not going to sing these songs. We practice these songs. I'm preparing. I watched the tent split, and Steve and Peggy doused with icy rainwater. And all they did was laugh. And we did our candle lighting. And it was beautiful. And I did not speak very long at all. But we candle lit, and it was wonderful, and the energy was beautiful. And anyone who was there, you know what I'm talking about. It was fabulous. So we got finished, and I'm walking in. And, I'm one of the last ones to come in because we're having to pick stuff up. And I think Patrick and I and maybe one other person was still outside. I'm walking down the path. It's dark. I look up, and in the church, every single person who had been there was in the kitchen. Not in the foyer. They were in the kitchen. They weren't wearing masks. They didn't care. They were not socially distancing. And I went, and there's my Inner Quest Church family. You can't protect them. They're going to do what they're going to do. Because that was all about being legally safe, protecting them outdoors, making sure they were legally, do you understand? They're going to do what they're going to do, but they were so happy. They were drinking their coffee, finding snacks. They were so happy because they were together. That's community. And I learned that night, I still have to be the one responsible and do what is, because people were getting arrested, ministers were getting arrested at the time. So I had to do what legally I was, but whatever my peeps did, that's my peeps, And I learned you can't protect people in community. That is not our job. Our job is to love, to show up with our light and allow each other to be who we are. But it was a beautiful, beautiful experience, that candle lighting. And we did Burning Bowl the next week, and it was warm. So it was golden. All right. So when we are in community, we have all of our self-love, all of us needs to become the love to share. We're not taking responsibility for the individuals around us. We're loving and celebrating the individuals around us. Did you like my story? Okay. As we celebrate, we are all lifted into the greater energy of God and God love. Now, I wanted to share this with you. Jesus says in the New Testament, when 2 or more are gathered in agreement, whatever they ask shall be done. Now, Rocco Errico tells us this. It means, and they would have heard it as meaning, when 2 or more in the gathering are capable of receiving what is being asked, it shall be done. So he's saying in a gathering of church people or religious people or anyone, and they're asking Spirit for something, let's say divine intervention, and 2 or more in that gathering are capable of receiving divine intervention, goes to everybody. How powerful is that? How powerful is that community? Don't you turn to someone, when you're having problems, don't you turn to someone that you know has been there and survived? Hey, how'd you do it? Hey, hold my hand. Hey, you got any words of encouragement? When we are capable to receive, if two of us is capable of receiving what we're asking for, everyone can receive to the degree they're able to. It's pretty powerful as a community, don't you think? So pray for one another that you might be healed now takes on a different meaning, doesn't it? Yeah. How powerful is a church? Divine intervention. I'm not responsible for you. I uplift you, and I can share my light. Churches are pretty cool, aren't they? Okay. So, Cindy's story. We just came back from vacation. And it was the last full day that we were there. And Patrick and I were going to walk the beach together. I hadn't gotten up that early yet, but we were out there. And, my back, I'm healing. I had the accident 2 years ago, and my back is getting better. The last two vacations, I couldn't walk the beach at all because the sand is like this, and my back can't do it. And I'd walked even out into the ocean this time, holding and carefully, because my back is getting hit, and I've got to be very aware. So we walked the beach a little bit, and then I said, I'm going to go meditate. And he walked on, and I sat and meditated. And we're near the public beach, and there's a Sunday service getting ready to start over here, and it's just beautiful. And the water was warm and clear for the first time. There was no little tiny seaweed in it. It was perfect, calm. The sea was calm. And we just enjoyed that. We went up and then got ready, and everybody came back. Patrick and I and Noelle came down, and they were way out in the water. They went way out in the water. And I went, it's calm. I'm going. So I walk out very slowly to the water and walk out and meet them there, and we're having fun. And I turn around, and David's coming out. David and Amber and Hazel had come down now, and David's walking out to meet us. And so he comes out, and we're goofing off, and I said, yeah, I'm looking at all the dark spots to see if they're monsters or not. And David goes, well, I'm not worried because I'm in the middle. You're on one end, and Noelle's on the other. And we're laughing. And, and the three of us are just laughing, and I hear Noelle say, guys, and we're just laughing, and she goes, guys, sharks. And I went, what? I look at her, and she goes, guys, sharks. I looked at the beach. Everyone on the beach was lined on the beach, looking at us, screaming sharks, and pointing at the sharks, and pointing. And they were like all together, one voice, like, oh my God. And I'm like, okay. And just like that, David had my left, Patrick grabbed my right. I didn't even know, and we started to walk. I mean, I didn't even ask. David grabbed me, Patrick grabbed me, because they know I can't walk very fast. There had been one young man way, 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 way down there. He was the only one else in the water. We were the only ones in the water. And I looked over to see him, and he was skedaddling. He was hauling. And we walked. And Noelle could have skedaddled, but she was right on the other side of her dad. And the four of us just slowly walked to the beach. Couldn't have gone any faster. And everybody's holding tight on the beach. Everybody's just looking at us, sending love. And when I got off the beach, I went to the young man who had been most animated. And he was in his 30s, and he was like, get the heck, come on, people. And I said, what did you see that we didn't see? He said, there was a shark between you and the beach, and there was a shark behind you. I said, well, thank you. Then a woman came up to us, and she had such compassion in her eyes, and she goes, I was holding my breath for you guys. And it's like, oh, my God. And she said, but you did the best thing, I guess, walking slowly. Yeah, we know what we were doing now. And I share this with you because those people on the beach did not know us from Adam. There were public beach people. There were people renting places. They were all together in one accord. Not one person wanted us to get hurt. Not one of them wanted us to get hurt. They wanted us to succeed, to make it out. And they were holding this beautiful frequency of oneness. And when we were walking, it was almost like surreal, wasn't it? Like it's this calm. There was a calm with all four of us. Like, We're just going to do this. We're just doing it. So we had their support, and we had that beautiful energy supporting us. Community will meet you where you are, and people will come together for you. People you don't know will come together for you. That's the beautiful thing. Community is not just in your church or your family. It's everywhere you are. And it's right of vibration. If you need love, they will show up to love you. You know? We have to be willing to receive it. Do you think we were willing to receive their love? We were very willing to receive their love as we were walking forward. Community is common unity. Everybody walking with one purpose, everybody coming into a common unity, going in a direction that we are agreeing upon for the moment. So strangers are our community, families are our community, friends are our community. Everyone that we come into common unity in any given moment, they're our community. Do you know that? When you have a compassionate thought about someone, you are in their community. You're sharing with them. So we were not, and you hear this all the time, we were not designed to live alone. We were designed to live as one heart expressing love. All of us together, this beautiful community of life. We can find community everywhere when we let our light shine. Then what happens energetically? You're letting your light shine. You're being love. Everybody's drawn to that. They're being love now. Their light is shining because you're shining. It's the energy thing, and then its synergy kicks in. It becomes bigger than it was before. We need to really understand how we are surrounded by that beautiful energy of community today and allow ourselves to let it heal us. How often, when you are sad or lonely, do you just want to crawl up and isolate? Instead of be with friends. Instead of pick up the phone, call someone. Instead of go shopping and talk to a teller. Patrick loves shopping and talking to the salespeople. He takes his light everywhere. Kroger, Costco, Publix. And when we walk into the world knowing that our light not only blesses them, but it blesses us. Our light activates all of the life around us. Common unity. We do not have to agree with someone forever. And if we disagree with someone for a moment, does that mean we can't have community with them the next moment? No, we just don't resonate at that one. But we love you on this one. Or we don't even care. You're God's child. I don't care what you believe. You know? Just some level of acceptance. All right. I wanted to just share this with you, and then we'll do our meditation. I don't know if you all have seen that Juan and Haley Mencius have been putting posts up recently that are just beautiful about the church. Have you guys seen those? Thank you, Haley and Juan. The last one they posted was a beautiful little video, and this is what it says. I am not going to cry. At Inner Quest Church, our community is our strength. Whether you are here for spiritual growth, fellowship, or just a listening ear, there's a place for you. Is that not beautiful? Yes. Yay, God, there's a place for you. Be your light, be your heart. Common unity will find you. And then health occurs. When we are in that common unity, what are we erasing? Predisposition to disease, negative consciousness that we don't want to take forward because we feel the love and support and can love ourselves more. Isn't that great? All right, let's go within. Father, Mother God, we open our hearts, and I am so very grateful for the blessings. I ask that your infinite love just surround everyone in this room. And I ask that a beautiful individual calm of light engulf each one present. And lift us up. And I would invite each one of you just to begin to visualize yourself lifting up your column of light. And just allow yourself to be transported to a beautiful garden. Beautiful garden, whatever appears. It doesn't have to be the garden of your heart, just whatever appears. And I want you just to become aware of, and we're going to call forth the family members that you are in community with. Just see them stepping forward. Family members you're in community with. Common unity. You don't have to love everything they do. Call forth the work people that you are in community with. Common unity. And now see in front of you an open space and call forth the people in the world that want to be in community with you. And become aware of a vast number of beings that are there, ready to love and support you when the paths will cross. We know we have angels, guides, and teachers, but I want you to look at the humans that we have. And stand in your own garden and just be the light for a moment. Be the love you are. I'm just going to be the love I am. And just feel how it transforms the space. Feel that there is a sense of oneness, no expectations, support, and love. And now send gratitude to the groups. I thank my family, my workers. I thank the people I have not yet met. We are in this beautiful place together, and God's love flows through all. Take a breath and release all of them to God, letting them go. See your beautiful garden. Look at your feet. See if there's a flower you need to pick up, or a coin, or a blessing of some sort right at your feet. A little symbol to remind you. You are loved. And you are part of someone else's world. Take your little symbol. You can put it in your heart, your pocket. Father, Mother God, we thank you for this awareness, the synergy created. And we thank you that we are so supported in all that we do. Feel the love of Jesus Christ with you as he guides you back to your awareness of your body. Feel the chair, feel your heart. Breathe. And we thank you, Father. And when you're ready, you can gently open your eyes. Well, I hope you saw lots and lots and lots of people. All right. Remember, community heals. Gift yourself with that this week. Maybe have tea with someone. Maybe have tea with a stranger. Gift yourself with that. And realize that you are not imposing. You are sharing your life. Say, yay, God. Yay, God.